Welcome to Annapolis Mosaics. Our program spotlights people in our community who are involved in activities designed to promote good human relations. I am Michael Keller, the chair of the Annapolis Human Relations Commission and your host. The commission is a city board that seeks to promote equal opportunity and to eliminate discrimination. My guests today are Cheryl Antlet, who is the Executive Director of Rise for Autism, and Shannon Majoris, who is Director of Programming for the same organization. Cheryl and Shannon, welcome to Annapolis Mosaics.
Thanks, Mike.
Well, I'm going to start with you, Cheryl. You were inspired by your own journey through, I think, what you called the uncharted seas of autism to found the organization. Could you share your personal story with our viewers?
Absolutely. First of all, thank you for having us. Almost 15 years ago this month, I was inspired by my son, Scott Antlet. When he was 18 months old, he was diagnosed with autism. That began my journey. At that time, I had mixed emotions, and I started on my journey to finding answers. I had many questions, I was scared, and there was not that many resources. As we went through, I learned about all of the support groups, the programs that our county offered, and he was quickly enrolled into many programs. Throughout his early toddler years and youth, we attempted to get into as many programs, many activities, and I learned and attended as many conferences and workshops as I possibly could. For those 5 to 10 years, I ate, breathed, read everything about autism that I could. I also joined the Anne Arundel County Autism Society chapter, and soon after about 3 years, that chapter closed. Then I joined another autism organization, and that organization closed. So around 5 or 6 years ago, there was not any local autism resources in our county. Also at that time, we did a kind of a market survey to see what was out there for our community. At that time, my son was approaching around the age 10. Well, there was many early intervention programs, but as the kids got older, there wasn't as much resources. So then I found that as I went through all of my training, I did nursing for kids with special needs, and then we went into more of general activities and all of the training that I went to. I knew that unless I took action, there wasn't going to be anything for Scott. So as an advocate, as his mom, as his number one cheerleader, I thought I better find something that will meet his needs. And as I meet his needs, I will meet the needs of all his peers in our community.
Mm-hmm. Shannon, why did you get involved with Rise for Autism?
With Rise for Autism, I was actually, I used to work with Scott when he was much younger, and I was actually a founding member. So when Cheryl came up with the idea, I quickly became the vice president of the board of directors. At this point, I've been working with children and teens with autism for 19 years, and this seemed like a really natural fit. So I was a board member for 4 years, I believe, and at that time I was also the autism specialist in Howard County Public Schools, and then 2 years ago I stepped down from that role to join Rise for Autism as the director of programming.
Okay. What impact does autism have on the community?
So in the state of Maryland, we have over 22,000 individuals who are impacted by autism directly. And then, of course, there's their families, their caregivers, their educators that are also impacted. In just Anne Arundel County, Annapolis area, we know that there are over 1,500 school-aged children, but that only gives us a number from 5 to 21. So that doesn't account for all of the younger children or all of the much older individuals. So we know that number is quite a bit higher than what the statistics we have on it are. You know, when I started this journey, I believe the rate was 1 in 2,500 individuals, and now it's 1 in 68.
What is the mission of Rise for Autism? And also, could you share a little bit more about the history in terms of what are some of the real highlights that have occurred over the past, I believe you said 15 years, in which it's
been 5.
It's been 5 years.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. But what would you identify as some of the real highlights over the last 5 years in terms of what the organization has done, but also a little bit about what the mission of the organization is?
Well, RISE stands for Resources, Interventions, Support, and Education. One of our first highlight events we've offered / programs was our annual conference. So as we knew that we had our short-term and our long-term goals for our strategic plan, we wanted to jump right in and see how could we help the families access information, education, and resources. So our first annual conference was at the Anne Arundel Community College, and we were able to bring in 5 or 6 speakers and have about 15 to 20 vendors or local therapist professionals that families could get information from. And we offer these conferences at a very low cost, so it is accessible to families of all socioeconomic statuses. And if families are not able to afford the low cost, then we do not turn any families away from these resources that we offer.
In the areas of supports and education, RISE offers a number of programs, and I'd like to go through each one of them and give you an opportunity just to give our viewers a sense of what's involved in them. The first would be autism awareness.
Yes.
What's that about?
We have several different initiatives in autism awareness, and I think what we're really trying to do is not only build autism awareness and acceptance, but really how do we have meaningful inclusion of individuals with autism and their families in our entire community. So our mission area is really community and professional awareness, but we'd like to grow that more into inclusive ways. So we target that in several different programs, one of which is our PALS program, which is promoting awareness in local schools, and we do this program every April where I go into schools and I either do a presentation about, what does autism feel like, what does it look like, and how can you be a better friend to individuals with autism, and this is all presented to typically developing children. So we've done this for individuals from kindergarten, and this year we actually had our first high school participate. Annapolis High School was our first high school to participate, and it's been really exciting to see how the kids walk away from that with just a different understanding of what autism is, and also how are they going to stand up for and advocate for their friends with autism because they're in their community. We also engage local youth teams, and they will wear puzzle piece socks, which we provide them throughout the month of April to show their support of individuals with autism. And then finally, we have a campaign, the Puzzle Piece Pledge, where local businesses will offer puzzle pieces that families can sign and offer a small donation that they display throughout their organization throughout the month.
Okay. You also do educational workshops too?
We do. We do them, Cheryl mentioned the large conference that we have. We also partner with 2 other organizations to do full-day workshops, and then I offer a free parent series either in the fall or the spring where parents just come and learn more information about topics they've indicated they're interested in, and those are free.
All right, and you also deal with grants too.
Yes.
Yes. To date, we have given, actually in the past 4 years, we have given almost $110,000 out to local families that will cover services and therapies such as ABA therapy, social skills groups, any type of respite care that gives families that much needed break so that they can step away from sometimes the overwhelming situations. It also covers swim therapy. It covers therapeutic horseback riding. There's many other opportunities that can be provided in these grants. So we are very excited each year that we are able to allocate a certain amount of funds to give to our families here in our county and state of Maryland.
You also do safety programs. How does that fit in?
There are several different components of the safety program. My favorite piece, which is the part that I run, are our Be Safe trainings. So this is a really unique training where we're training individuals who not only have autism, but a variety of special needs, and police officers side by side. We have worked with both the Annapolis and the Anne Arundel County police officers, as well as Howard County and Baltimore County, to run this training. And the feedback that I get is often that they think that the entire organization should be able to experience this. It's very unique. It's not a stand and deliver type of PowerPoint presentation. There are some video modules on how to interact safely with police officers, and then immediately right after that they work with their police officer partner to role play that skill. And they get a certificate of completion, and we do some pictures at the end, a little bit of a graduation ceremony, and it's been really, really exciting to see how much the police organizations, especially Anne Arundel County and Annapolis, have embraced this program. Okay. And then we have some other components with our address flagging program.
Yes, Rise for Autism has built a great relationship with the Anne Arundel County Police Department. We have worked together over the past couple of years. We have an address flagging program that allows individuals and families to make special notes that are placed into the CAD system. So for whatever reason, if they get a 911 call, their database and CAD system will give specific notes so that that officer or firefighter will have some ideas of what is happening or what could be potential situations related to that specific child when they enter that home. Also, we have our tracking devices, which helps individuals who are at risk for elopement and wandering. The one thing about our safety program is that we try to cover all areas of both the training first responders. We also, with the Be Safe program, train the individuals so that we have a full circle program that will help our individuals be safe and successful out in our community.
Okay. And how about the sensory-friendly family events?
Those are the most fun. It was really great to see that County Exec Steve Shue mentioned that the importance of having these sensory-friendly events, and we've been doing it for years. So we have multiple events throughout the year. We have our Breakfast with Santa, we have our Trunk or Treat, we have several different activities, and we try to add something new every year where families come, the entire family comes. This is not just for the individual who may be on the spectrum, and we make sure to be very sensitive about the lights and the sounds and the smells and keeping those at a level that's comfortable for all of our participants. And what's great about these events is that there's no age limit, so we make sure that we have this available to children and all the way up through adults who may be on the spectrum, and these are always free. So our families, again, regardless of their financial means, are able to attend.
Okay. We're going to take a break now, but when we return, we'll have some additional questions for Shannon and Cheryl about Rise for Autism. I'm talking today with Cheryl Antlitz and Shannon Majoris from the organization Rise for Autism. In the area of interventions, Rise provides consultation and training to area schools. Could you provide us with some details about what that's all about?
Sure. I'm working both with Anne Arundel County and Howard County, and it looks a little different depending on what the county is interested in. So we've done just short programs where I'm going in to really help with students who might be struggling with behavioral challenges, and that's really working on training the team that is working with them, training their parents, and then kind of phasing myself out. I have other students that have a weekly service that I go and provide direct service. And then I have other programs where I'm just doing the training and the supervision to the classroom staff and really building up their skills.
Now, Rise also is able to offer what you call board-certified behavior analyst supervision.
Yes.
What is that all about?
Yes, that is a degree that I hold. So I am a board certified behavior analyst in addition to being a teacher and a certified autism specialist. And I did some additional training to be able to supervise other BCBAs or board certified behavior analysts, those who are working towards that certification. And that's really in preparation for our future plans of having some more direct therapeutic offerings through our center and being able to really build the capacity of the educators and the interventionists that are in our area so they aren't having to look for remote supervision or having to travel for supervision. We have someone right here.
Yeah, I mean, RISE is going to have a center-based program to address that gap in services for certain groups. What actually will be provided and who will be served?
So we're looking at, we have several different programs. The individuals, we're looking initially at servicing individuals 8 to 18 and offering both the applied behavior analysis program, which would be from the BCBAs and that line, and then also our social skills program, which was a big priority for Cheryl.
And also with these social skills as well as the functional life skills. All through in the school systems and in the academic world, our individuals are educated on the academics, but we need to have a program that offers individuals the functional skills to be out in the community and to be successful. So as far as going out to the grocery store, as far as doing self-care, getting dressed, being functional, with all the skills that we all take for granted, our typical activities of daily living. So incorporating those functional skills into a structured program in addition to our social skills, because we know that our individuals have both social needs and also struggle with the functional life skills.
Yeah. And from the social side of things, you often hear that it's the individuals who are, for lack of a better word, higher functioning or who are on the Asperger's end of the spectrum that need that social skills training, but we don't totally believe that. That in order to be successful in your job as an adult, for you, a typically developing person, you have to be able to interact and navigate social situations, and that's true for all of our kids, regardless of what their communication looks like, regardless of where they fall academically. And so our program is more unique in the sense that we will certainly have offerings for individuals who would be considered more on the Asperger's end or the higher functioning end, but we also want to give our individuals who may still have some communication challenges, may still have some behavioral challenges, but absolutely have communication challenges. And we have a wonderful picture that we can share with you from our newest pilot program called Sociable.
Okay, all right. One of the things that I think you're really proud of is your bike camps.
Yes.
And I know you're anxious to talk about that, so let's hear about it.
Well, our bike camp came from a partnership that Rise for Autism partnered with Bike to the Beach 4 years ago. And that started off when, again, I am just a mom trying to do everything that I possibly can to get Rise for Autism involved in and to get personal connections with our community. So back in 2014, I did the 100-mile ride from Baltimore to Dewey Beach. Through those partnerships with Bike to the Beach, we then learned that following year that they also offer bike camp. So as part of our mission is for individuals to become confident and competent and to become more independent. Individuals learning how to ride a bike can allow them to become social and to join bike activities that individuals don't have to have a conversation with. It can increase their independence by transportation. I mean, we're right on the bike trail. There's so many opportunities. So when we were given the opportunity to host a bike camp, we didn't have to think twice. So we did everything that we possibly could to offer that camp last year, and we are doing it again this year. And I'll let Shannon talk. Part of then what I was able to do is then partner with Anne Arundel County for their Lifeline 100 as one of their charity partners. So The long bike ride is more for true cyclists and moms that want to bike 100 miles for autism. The local lifeline is an opportunity for individuals to ride 1 mile, a family ride, a 15 and 30 mile trail ride. So last year, after we joined Special Olympics and we got into the whole cycling after our bike camp, Rise for Autism sponsored a challenging cycling team, and we joined the Lifeline 100, so that these individuals who learned how to ride a bike and current individuals were able to participate in this community event. And it was great for these individuals to, outside of their specialized camps and programs, to be out with the community. And the cycling world and the family activities were able to then see these individuals join, and it was a truly unique experience.
Absolutely. And for the bike camp, we realized shortly after that first bike camp that this was going to become an annual event. And what really makes it successful is that we rely on volunteers from the community. So each June we need about 80 volunteers to come out and help us make this camp a success. So we really do rely on not only people who are avid cyclists or they're runners or triathletes, but students who are looking for service hours. And what a meaningful way to make a difference in the life of an individual and also get your service hours. So we're always looking for people for that.
Yeah. Can you share with our viewers some personal stories about people whom you have helped that you find especially meaningful?
I can think of one that just happened this week. In preparation for our annual Bike to the Beach ride, we collect some family testimonies on, helping people understand that when they're donating or sponsoring, that money goes directly back to our community. And so one of the families who participated in bike camp last year sent us a story saying that she couldn't believe in one short week that her daughter was doing something that she thought she would never be able to accomplish, and that it happened in less than 5 days. And I think for that family, we've continued to see that family at a variety of our sensory-friendly events, and to know the change that it made in their family's life. It wasn't just 5 days of fun at camp. It then opened these doors to being able to do something as a family that they never thought they'd be able to do. And that's really meaningful to me, and I know to you as well.
Absolutely, because myself, then that following week, did the 100-mile ride. I had such gratification. Every time I was struggling to keep pedaling, I would think about these individuals. And it's very difficult for some individuals to learn how to ride a bike. But not only did this family also was granted to come to the bike camp. And then this family was also granted a bike when they left camp, so that when they got home, they had a bike that fit that child, the color that she wanted. And they posted the next month family bike rides, or both the child and her brother biking at the school parking lot. And that was just absolutely, it was worth every effort that Rise for Autism did.
I am sure that some of our viewers are going to want to learn more about and perhaps get in touch with you about Rise for Autism. How can they best contact you and learn about you?
Our website and our Facebook pages are the best way to find us. Okay. Our website has every program. It has all of our contact information. It has any, if it's a family of an individual with autism, if they're looking for a service or a support, you can find it all there. If it's someone who wants to give just of their time and become a volunteer, they can go to our website. It's www.riseforautism.org, and that's 4 is spelled out, F-O-R.
Okay, can you repeat that, please?
Sure. It's www.riseforautism.org.
Thank you for viewing our program today, and please join us again on Annapolis Mosaics. If you would like more information about the Annapolis Human Relations Commission, please jot down the information on your screen. You can reach us at 410-263-7998 or by email at hrcommission@annapolis.gov, or check out our page at the City of Annapolis website. Go to www.annapolis.gov, click on City Government, then Boards and Commissions, and you can scroll down to the Human Relations Commission page. And always remember the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who said, "We have flown the air like birds and swum the seas like fishes, but have yet to learn the simple act of walking the earth as brothers and sisters."